Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're new here, please like, subscribe and share this video or this story. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for tuning in. So we are at the third part of our story. That means the final story. The final stage of our story. So we ended where Kurwa's funeral was done. So let's proceed with the third part and the final part. Okay, so after the funeral was over, they went back to Kurwa's house. Then Mama Twins told Doto that, now that your sister is no longer alive, let's leave to the village and continue living there. But Doto disagreed to the idea. She insisted that she will stay at her sister's house and take care of her children. Mama Twins was so angry and they left to the village. Then Doto continued to live at her sister's husband, taking care of the children and also keeping her business. After a very long time, with no communication between Doto and her mother, came a friend of Doto and Kurwa to the village to see Doto's parents. She came to inform them that Doto is getting married with Kurwa's husband, so they want their blessings. The parents were so shocked to hear that. What a sinful and shameful act. So they sent her back and tell her that we won't be a part of their decisions. How can she be so shameful to marry her sister's husband? And what about her health condition? So they refused. Then Doto got the news about the denial of their parents to give a blessing. So she tried to call her mother and tell her that about their decision to get married, that they love each other, but her mother told her this: I have no child like you, so from now on you are not my daughter. We end ties today as we speak. Also, her father ended ties with her and tell her that do whatever you want, but we won't be part of the wedding. Don't even contact us or even come to us. You are no longer our child. Then Doto did not change her decision to marry Kurwa's husband. They all agreed to marry, so they had a church wedding and became officially husband and wife. Her parents got the news of their wedding and ignored them and continued with their life. Then time passed. Doto became pregnant, but unfortunately, she got miscarried because she was not taking good care of herself as when Kurwa was alive. Then after a while, she conceived again, but this time she got too much complication than even before. And her health started to deteriorate, plus the stress of. So she continued, Mom, that day Kurwa was at her school and her husband came home early. So he called me at his room and suddenly we heard someone knocking at the door. We did not hear when the gate was opened. It was Kurwa who was knocking. We did not know what to do. I was at her room with her husband, wearing a towel. I could not find a place to hide. Then her husband decided to open the door. After Kurwa seeing me in towel in her room, she fainted, Mom. We rushed out to see her. She was still breathing. Then I told her husband, let's take her to the hospital. But her husband denied and said it's not a good idea to take her out so soon. She just came in from school, and neighbors might have seen her entering the house, so they will be surprised what happened to her in that short time. So they agreed to wait for a while, and later we took her to the hospital, Mom. This time Mama Twins was crying hearing a painful story of her precious daughter. She reminded her everything. Her wounds became fresh as if she lost her yesterday. She started blaming Doto. Why are you telling me now? You could have kept the secret until you die and die with it. You don't know how much you have hurted me. So she went out and met Doto's husband and tell him, you devil, you killed my daughter. Now the one you married after is now dying. What have you benefited from this? Then Doto's husband replied back to Mama Twins, and say, "Your family is very bad, is cursed. Why didn't you tell me that daughter was HIV positive? You brought her to my house and not inform me about her health condition. You are very bad people." But Mama Twins told him, "Is that even your concern? You married her sister and not her. Why did you cheat on your wife to be with her twin sister? You are so disgusting. Now look at yourself. This is all because of you. You have no shame to talk bad of my family. You should have been faithful to your dead wife. You should have been faithful to your dead wife first." So that means all this while daughter did not disclose her health condition while they started to have secret affairs. Then after a while, daughter being hospitalized with no hope of getting better, she also passed away. Then Mama Twins wanted to take daughter's daughter to the village. Remember, daughter has a daughter too. She was now a big girl, a Form 4 leaver, but she denied to live with her grandmother and said to her that, I will stay just here. Daughter's husband did not want her to live also. What a tragedy. She was also being abused sexually by daughter's husband, even when her mother was still alive. But daughter did not have a clue that her daughter has been abused sexually by her husband. Mama Twins came to find out after daughter's friend who came to inform her that your granddaughter is not living in a good place. You must take her to the village because something is not right. Then her grandmother went to see her and tried to make her speak if those accusations are true. She said yes, it is true. He was always abusing her and buy her some gifts. So they decided to bring her to the hospital to do some blood tests just in case she has the virus. So they will be aware. After a checkup, she was also contacted HIV positive. So they took her to the village. They were so sad that her granddaughter also was HIV positive. Now back to the village. Mama Twins had a third daughter who was younger than the twins. She got married and after some time she left her husband after quarreling and came to live at her parents' house. While living together, the third daughter started having an affair with a certain man in that village. Life continued and daughter's daughter who came from the town started having an affair too with a certain man without her grandmother and father knowing. Then one day Mama Twins was out of the house. On her return, she heard some noises coming from her house. So she walked fast to see what is happening at her home. When she entered the house, she found her third daughter and daughter's daughter fighting a lot. Upon asking the reason for their fighting, her daughter told her that this girl means her granddaughter is going out with my man. Mama Twins was so surprised to hear that, and they came to find out that the man they were fighting for was the same man. So they were going out with the same man. And the man was also unfaithful. He was hanging out with a lot of men in that village. But they did not know that they are going out with the same man before. So Mama Twins became so furious and asking herself what she has done wrong in her upbringing of the children. Then suddenly her husband heard the fighting and the story of the family. So he was so shocked and he fainted. They sent him to the hospital and he stayed there for a month. So Mama Twins stayed there for a month, and later on he passed away because of the shock. So Mama Twins became a widow. And Mama Twins kept living with so much sorrow, knowing that her third daughter and granddaughter will also die if they have contracted HIV too. So she lost all her daughters and to her granddaughter. She was left alone to see cemeteries. So she was asking herself what she has done so wrong to face all these problems. She told herself that I might have done a mistake somewhere because during her marriage life, she stayed in a marriage for a very long time without getting a child. She did everything so that she can conceive. Because she was receiving bad words from husband's relative, she decided to find several ways to have a child. So one day, her friend took her to a certain witch doctor whose he believed that he will help her get a child. And yes, after 3 months, he got pregnant with the twin daughter, that is Kura and Doto. They were so happy by then, but because we are humans, we tend to forget that the environment that make her to conceive. It was not a right way. She is saying did not have that she did not have that grace of God to upbringing their kids in the way God wants, and even delivers them from the evils, and also free their souls from the bad spirits they brought from the witch doctor. So she is telling us that she made a very big mistake to live that life. She is giving us a lesson in this story, because if she knew that her children will be followed by the evil spirit or bad spirit, she could have done something about it, but it was too late to come to realize what she did long time back. So she is telling us, no matter what mistakes or wrong ways you pass in your life, remember that there is only that one God who can free us from the evil, who can protect and bless us, as well as forgive us for our mistakes and sins. So learn to depend on God's grace only, and if you fall, try to wake up and ask forgiveness depending on your faith and belief. This is the end of our story. Hope you have learned something. So thank you very much for your precious time listening to this sad story. I hope you have learned something and use it in your entire life. Please like, share and subscribe, and meet me in my next videos. Bye.